Hey everybody, you're watching Ready Set Drone, and today I have the BF4 ready to run truck. We're going to put it together, run it, and see how it does, so stay tuned. All right, so first of all, thanks to GearBest for supplying the BF4 ready to run truck. It caught my eye because it was pretty slick looking. Now I realize it's just a plastic canopy, but it's also elevated. It's got these big shocks that actually, I believe, have fluid in them and are designed to let it run over very large objects for, compared to its size, relative to its size. There are two versions of this. There's a crawler version and there's the non-crawler version. I have the non-crawler version, which I assume is probably geared a little bit higher so that it's not specifically designed to slowly roll over stuff, but to go a little bit faster. But I haven't run it yet. I just got it out of the box, and I'm going to assemble it here and show you guys what that looks like. And then I'm also going to take it for a test run and see how it does just running around the yard. So a couple more things about the BF4. It has a brushed motor, so it's not a brushless truck. As I said, it has this pretty high clearance due to these big shocks that are connected to it. It uses two drive shafts in order to run all four wheels at the same time. So the one motor runs all four wheels. So it isn't a two-wheel drive truck. It actually is a full-on four-wheel drive truck. It comes with pretty extensive instructions that have a lot of information about the ESCs and about the jumper pins that you can use to do some different settings. Full parts list, so if you want to order spare parts for it, that's all pretty good compared to most toy trucks in this range. So it comes with the wheels off of it, and the wheels are really nice. They're very flexible, soft kind of rubber wheels. They feel like they're going to get good traction. So they're soft and pretty pliable rubber on the wheels. There's the tread, and you can kind of see the chrome kind of look there on the inside or the outside of it when you put it against the vehicle. So there is this little, let's see, it looks like a hexagon shape right here, and you're going to want to take these little guys right here and drop them into this hexagon shape, and then put the wheel on the actual shaft that way. It also comes with this roll bar that you can put onto the body. If you want to put it back here, it's got holes pre-cut in the body for the roll bar. Probably a good idea if you're going to be rolling it, if you don't want to crack the body, because it's pretty thin plastic body. So this, I think, would protect you a little bit in terms of keeping the body from getting too cracked up if it flipped. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this out as well. There's that. Now it does come with an Allen wrench that you can use to assemble some of the parts, as well as this little driver that will allow you to put the wheels on. So I'm going to go ahead and put the wheels on. So I imagine that I need to undo these ends right here. I almost need a pair of pliers or something, needle nose, to hold that part, or I'm wondering if I can put this pin through right here, use that to hold it from spinning. Okay, so in order to get the ends, these little nuts off the end of these, off the end of the drive shaft, I had to push this little pin through this hole here, and now I'm using a pair of needle nose pliers to hold it so that when I rotate this piece, the whole thing doesn't spin, and that works pretty effectively. So off that comes, and now I'm going to put this on and line it up with that pin. Now you don't want to over tighten it, but you certainly want to make sure you get it tight enough. So now we will repeat that process 4 times. So again, the little this little metal shaft here goes through All right, so I actually dropped one of these little tiny shafts into the grass below. But fortunately, I made this magnet thing. There's a very powerful rare earth magnet inside this handle and this wood, and I was able to run it along and pick it up. So I found the little metal shaft. Be careful not to drop it, because I think it would be difficult to assemble without it. And I got one more tire to put on. I guess it comes with 4 spare nuts for the tires, which is a good thing. I'm going to hold on to these, set them over here so I don't drop them. And now let's put the roll bar onto the back, or the body frame here. Okay, so I got the 4 wheels on, and that's ready to go. And I've got the battery charged. Now they sent me a non-US plug for the battery, which is fine because I actually have an adapter here. I've gotten a few of those before in the past. Highly recommend this little adapter. It was cheap, and you just plug it straight in. Because this is a AC to DC converter, I don't think it matters about the voltage difference. It just needs a way to actually plug in. So it's got these little white double connectors. It's not a standard hobby battery with a balance port and all that, I don't think, but it is a 2S battery, and it's kind of wrapped up in something. I would imagine if you changed the, if you actually changed the connector out, you could run any 2S battery in this, but this is the one they came with. Has these 2 Velcro slots right here where the battery slides in and then straps down in the Velcro to hold it secure. And then you plug it in like so. And then there's actually a switch in the back that turns it on and off. So the remote control takes 8 AA batteries. A little bit excessive in my opinion, but let's see. Okay, now let's make sure we've got power. Where's the switch for it? Oh, it's got one of these little tops. So let's see, power on. Yep, got two lights there, so looks like my power's working. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the body on it, which connects with these little cotter pins. Don't want to lose these. So you can probably see our grass is pretty high. See if it can handle it. Yeah, it seems to handle it just fine. Got a nice tight turning radius. It's not going super fast. That's full throttle. That might be where I have the trim set. So let's bring it over here and mess with the trim a little bit. So it says this one is stamina trim. So I'm going to turn that up. Oh yeah, that makes it go a little bit faster. All right, this one says well, that was the amount of steering it'll do. This one here actually turns the wheel to adjust the center so that it'll go straight. This one here is how fast it'll go. So when you have this one turned all the way down, it doesn't go very fast. And this one here is the amount of steering how much the wheels turn when you steer. So you can either have extreme, a lot of steering, or less. And that's just so that you're less likely to flip it if you're a beginner. It's definitely struggling a bit with that tall grass out there. Well, now. Oh, Tate.
That's kind of funny.
Okay, I just spent some time running the BF4 around the backyard, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm not super impressed. I will tell you the things I like about it. Number one, I like how much clearance there is. It's high off the ground, and that does allow it to run over big objects. There is a crawler version of this, and I would imagine the crawler version probably does even better running over big objects because it's geared lower. But this one that I have is not the crawler version, and while it does run over big objects and it does have a lot of clearance, there's a lot of cons to it as well. And the first con is it was kind of a pain to assemble. It wasn't super hard or difficult to understand. It just took a while, and the parts didn't quite fit very well together. Doesn't seem like the parts were very high tolerance as far as, or low tolerance as far as errors go. Number one. Number two, the battery seems a bit underpowered for a truck this size. It's a 2S battery, and it also has a proprietary connector. It's not a standard hobby battery, so it isn't one where you could easily switch out with a different battery, like a XT60 or something, which would be way better, in my opinion, for this kind of truck, a 3S battery at least. And then finally, it isn't very fast, which I guess for a crawler truck with high clearance like this, it isn't designed to be fast, but I find that there are some other trucks I have that are a lot more fun to drive and a lot faster. So I'm going to put a link in the description if you want to check it out at GearBest. I appreciate GearBest sending it. As I said, I don't recommend it, but I will put a link to several other trucks that I like a lot better and I think are a lot more fun to drive that also come from GearBest. So hopefully you can check them all out, do a little comparison, and get the one that's right for you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos about drones, RC trucks, and lots of other fun stuff, please subscribe to Ready Set Drone, and we'll see you next time.